Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is the first video you watch of my channel. And today I thought I really struggled with what my next video was going to be, because I've done an unboxing and I've done a freak out tag, so it was kind of a what to do next. So I decided to help you guys get to know me better, I would do a favourite series thing. Now originally it was going to be my top 10, but I had a few more than expected, and let me tell you, it was such a hard list to put together, so it's now the top 13. So this is in no particular order except for number 1, which I will tell you if it's my number 1 when I get there. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first book in my pile is the Elemental series. Now I feel like this book gets not enough love. It's such a good book. It's by Bridge Kemmer, and this is about a girl, and this follows a girl who, on her way back from self-defense class, meets a boy in her grade, get into a fight with some senior boys, and she helps him, and it's just unwinding from there because, yeah, it's a great series. There's 5 books in the series. So there's Storm, which is this one, and then you've got Spark, and then you've got Spirit, and then you've got hang on, Secret, and then Sacrifice. I totally forgot the 4th book for a second. Whoops, my bad. But yeah, I love it. This book really needs more love, and I would totally recommend you pick it up for yourself because it is lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Especially if you're into that magical series. I actually got given to this book, the first book, this one actually got given to me by a friend who was doing an unhaul of her own, a boarding friend, and I had nothing new to read, and she gave it to me, and I love the series, and I don't go back. So yeah. Next is another book that doesn't get enough love, but it is beautiful in its own way, and that is Inkheart. Now, Inkheart is about a father and a daughter who have a love of reading, and if you read it, and if they read out loud, the book comes out. But there's a rule with this: if a character comes out of the book, someone must go in. And it's beautiful, and yeah, it got made into a movie, and Brendan Fraser did an amazing job, and let's just put it out there, this book needs more love. It's a classic. So yeah. Now, this book is actually the second book in the series, but I've currently lent out the first book in the series. This is Paladin's Prophecy from by Mark Frost. Now, Mark Frost is the author of Transformers, not the author, the director of Transformers, and yeah, I love this series so much. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of James Bond and the movie Abduction. It's very similar to the movie Abduction, and I love this series. I got given the first book as a birthday present, my 18th birthday, and yeah, love it. It's about a kid that has to live under the radar. His parents give him a whole bunch of rules to live their life, and one day they just disappear, and he finds that he's super smart, and he's got a really high IQ, and gets accepted into this school, and he kind of uses it as protection while in the background he's trying to find his family. So yeah, very fun. Okay. Now the next series is Eragon. This one is this is the first book of the Inheritance Cycle, and it's a magical world filled with dragons and sword fighting and everything everyone loves in a good fantasy book. This farm boy discovers a stone and he finds out that it's a dragon egg, and when the dragon hatches, you touch it, you become a dragon rider, and it leads into this whole big war about Algasia. So if you're a big fantasy lover like me, this one is the way to go. It's by Christopher Paolini. By the way, I don't actually know how to pronounce the last name. I'm terrible, but hey, we'll go with it. The next one is probably one of my most talked about series at the moment. It's one that I've almost finished reading, so I'm currently at the beginning of the last book. So yeah, and that is The Lorien Legacies by Pittacus Law. Now this one I mentioned in my mid-year book freakout tag, and let me tell you, I cannot give this book enough love. It is so beautifully done, and yeah, praise for Pittacus Law. That's all I can say. It's kind of like Superman, but not like Superman. Kind of hard to explain without spoiling it, because I'm in that much in love with it that I'm thinking about doing a review for this series just by itself, with all spoilers involved, so that I can just talk about it and gush about it, because oh my gosh, I love this series. Yeah, we follow this guy called John Smith, who's not from Earth, he's from another planet. He came here as a alien refugee because these other aliens were out to destroy his planet, and none of them came to Earth with their supervisors called capitans, and yeah, and there's charms on them that they can only be killed in order of their numbers, and so yeah, it's a fight for survival and a survival of the planet. So it's a good read. I love it. People need to read this one. The next one is, you can't go wrong without adding in a Rick Riordan book. Now, I love Rick Riordan. I have all his books except probably the latest ones of the Magnus Chase series, but you can't go wrong with a bit of Percy Jackson. Now, I'm a huge history nerd. I love Greek mythology. I love it. So again, love Percy Jackson, and you really can't have a favourite series list without probably having Percy Jackson in it. If I was to give this one a number, this one would probably be at number 2 of my list. So yeah, unfortunately this one I read this one in high school or middle school if you're in the US, but yeah, and I actually watched the movie 3 times before I finally decided to pick up the book, and I'm glad I did, because I've never gone back, and oh my gosh, if I could gush about this book all day. And the next one is my number 1 book, and that is, of course, Harry Potter. This is actually the 20th edition for the Chamber of Secrets. It's currently in my house colours of Ravenclaw. I'm not actually going to go into the synopsis and the detailing of it all, because hey, who has not? If they have not read the book, then they haven't lived. But pretty much everyone's seen the movies, unless you weren't born then, but even then, pretty much everyone's seen the movies. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but look at the spine, it's so pretty. I just wanted to show this book off. Yeah, this is the hardcover copy of it, and let me tell you, it's beautiful. I love it. Look at the detailing on the inside. It's blue. And I can't wait to do this. I really feel like doing a reread of Harry Potter and then like doing a marathon. But I've got like I've got 3 copies of the collection series, and one that my whole family owns, and then I've got my own one, and I'm going to collect all the 20th edition ones in hardback of Ravenclaw. So that's the goal. Life goals. Now the next one is again a book series that I haven't seen around very often on BookTube, but again I think that's because I haven't looked that far back. But again, this is a book I definitely want to do a reread of, and that is Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. I loved this book. I loved it. It was beautiful. It follows a girl that is very safe, plays everything on the safe side, and is asked to tutor this character, this boy called Patch, and things happen, and he ends up being a fallen angel. And I love fallen angels. I went through a whole phase because of this series of fallen angels, and I ended up doing an art piece on it for my art class at the time, and yeah, it's very beautiful. I love it. So yeah, this book definitely needs a bit more love, but it's definitely due for a reread, so I'm hoping to get to that sometime soon. And the next one is, it's kind of like Harry Potter and Percy Jackson. You cannot have a book list of favourite series without having this author in it, and that is The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. I love this series. I love the Immortal Instruments series, but I think there's if I was to do my top 20, the Immortal Instruments would definitely be in there as well, but I had to pick which one I liked more, whether it be the Immortal Instruments or the Infernal Devices, and I do have to say I love the Infernal Devices a bit more because I do like the historical factor of it, the fact that it was it's timelined in Victorian England, and I just love it. So yay! Now the next one is an adult book. I wouldn't actually class it as YA, but hey, bit of diversity in this video is great for all. So the next one is the Robert Lennon series by Dan Brown. Now, for those of you who do not know, I do have to put it out there because it really does frustrate me. The Da Vinci Code was not first in the series. It was actually Angels and Demons. So I grabbed this one instead of the Da Vinci Code. I like this series because it's a real puzzle. I enjoy the way Dan Brown writes. I have pretty much all of his books that he's written, and so far I'm probably missing a few, but hey, I'm not sure. But I do believe that I have all of his books. But yeah, I do love this series. I have seen the movies. It does annoy me that they haven't done it in chronological order like they have with the books, and I think that's why people get mixed up, because Angels and Demons, because the Da Vinci Code did come out movie-wise before Angels and Demons, but hey, there we go. So yeah, I love this series, and you get to explore the Vatican in this book, and I really want to go to Italy, and I do want to explore the Vatican. My parents have done it and want to do it, so you get to travel within a book. So, fun times. And last but not, oh no, how many books have I got left? I've got 2, not 1. Whoops. And so the next book is The Sharana Chronicles. I actually watched the TV show for this first before I got into the book, and the only way I can describe it is really, it's basically Merlin and Aragon and Lord of the Rings all mixed into one. Again, I don't actually think this is actually classed as YA. I think it's actually classed as adult fiction, because I don't actually find it in the YA, so I think it is actually adult fiction. But this is actually a good book for people who are doing that crossover from YA to adult. Like, it's a very good beginner book for those who are just entering the world of adult fiction instead of YA. So, love it. And the last book in this video would be the Halo series. Now, my mum actually originally bought it for her to read, but when I had to go to a doctor's appointment, I think I'd broken my wrist. So we were getting to that, and she bought this for herself and ended up thinking that I would like it. And yeah, in this one we follow 3 angels, Ivy, Bethany and Gabriel, who come down to Earth from heaven to protect the world from Lucifer and all evil. Protect the world, keep it innocent. Well, not innocent, pure. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. And and Bethany falls in love with a human, and it's just Bethany's story on how you go being a teenage angel in a human world. So yeah, I do like it. I love this book because the main character is called Bethany, and my name is Bethany again, and it's spelled the exact same way and everything else. I kind of do like to pretend I go, well no, I'm an angel, and yeah. So yeah, I love this series. There's 3 books in the series. There's this one and Halo in Heaven, and this one again is due for a reread. Like, overdue for many rereads. So yeah, and that's it. Well, hopefully it doesn't kill my kid. Oh my god. So that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments below on a few series that you love to read that you think I should pick up, or if you've read a couple of these series, again, put it down in the comments below so we can gush about it. So yeah, thank you very much, and if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button, as I do try and post videos every Wednesday and Sundays. And yeah, so see ya, bye.